Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to the show. This is Investing with Confidence, sponsored by Online Trading Academy, teaching people skills and techniques just like you how to get in the financial markets. And that's a lot of the things that we talk about on Investing with Confidence is how to get in the financial markets, the stock market, and do that confidently. I do have my good friend, my good pal. He is the one and the only Mr. Al Connickson on the show here today. Al, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, Josh. How about you?
I'm always doing really good. We always have a good time talking about the stock market.
We do.
You can't have a bad time ever talking about the stock market. And I want to kind of allude to that to down markets today, because a lot of people associate a down market with bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are happy, and it's a down market this year. Well, we're going to talk about strategies and techniques today on how to have the opportunity to benefit as these markets go down. But Al, before we go into that, I want to talk about what's happening in the markets. And we've seen some strength at the beginning of the week with the stock market, especially the S&P 500, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and oil has also been, gaining strength, especially since about late last week and into the beginning of the week this week. But a lot of that, as we talk about every single week, is being driven by the dollar. You're seeing the dollar drop this week, especially at the beginning. So we're seeing some weakness in the dollar at the beginning of the week. We know what happened as the week progressed here, but I want to talk about a lot of the opportunities that we have with the stock market. What are you seeing this week? What do you see coming up? I know it's earnings coming up again, not too long. We actually started.
We're right in the at the beginning of earnings season.
Yeah, but great opportunities. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, there are a lot of great opportunities. You mentioned people look at a bear market as being a bad thing. The only bad market to us is a closed market.
Saturdays.
Yeah, Saturdays. When the market's open, whether it's going up or down or even sideways, there are opportunities that can be taken advantage of, and they're taken advantage of by the people that are successful in the markets, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I think right now, though, Josh, we're still concerned about inflation. Inflation is at record highs.
Yep.
People are concerned about us going into a recession. Some people think we're in a recession. Some people think it will come. Some don't think it will come. I mean, it's just really causing confusion. There's a lot of confusion out there. We hear a lot of people coming in and saying, how can the market be going up when inflation's over 9%? But then the retail sales came out and people said, well, maybe things are looking stronger. But if you really break that down and look at it, the majority of that increase in retail sales was from increased gas prices.
Yeah, so you're saying that there are a lot of opinions about the market right now.
That's correct. And what we always say is our opinions don't matter.
Correct.
What we really need to be concerned about is how the opinions of the people that are successful impact the market.
So who moves the market then?
It's not you and me. It is people that have maybe hundreds of millions or billions of dollars to use and to impact basically it's really the relationship between supply and demand.
Yeah.
It's increased buyers and increased sellers. That's what moves things. And for our students, what we really want them to know is to know how the market really works. And by that, I mean the important part of it is why price moves. Why does price move up? Why does price move down? And is there somebody or is there a group or are there groups of people that are doing that? And if so, wouldn't you want to know who they are and basically just kind of follow them? Because until you know that, you're more likely to become a victim of these markets than a beneficiary of them.
So talk a little bit about, if we understand that the market is moved by the smart money, the big institutions, the banks, the Goldman Sachs of the world, right? How can us as retail investors, and how do we train at Online Trading Academy to take part in these great markets?
Well, the great thing about the markets and the way they function and the way the big institutions have to trade, it really fits right into or feeds right into our core strategy, which we teach our students. It's a strategy, the foundational strategy that you use no matter what you're trading, that identifies on a price chart where that activity, where the buying activity is going to take place and where the selling activity is going to take place. And I said going to take place, not has taken place. So what we're looking for are basically unfilled huge amounts of buy orders and huge amounts of sell orders. If you can identify kind of where those live on a price chart, you can have a position, whether you're buying or selling, that really takes advantage of what the big people, the smart money, the elephants, the successful people are doing.
Yeah. So you're saying we're looking to identify where that might be. And you mentioned a price chart. What does that really mean? We're looking to identify, how do we find that information? Where do we go to find that?
Right. Well, fortunately for us, on a Candlestick price chart, which is available to anybody, a number of different sources, every broker will have give you access to that. A Candlestick price chart is it's like reading a book. It's a story that is being told about every individual asset, every stock, every options contract, futures contract, forex contract, the markets in general, individual stocks. It's a story, and it's telling you what's going on. And if you know how to read that, maybe it's like reading a book in a different language. You have to learn that language and learn what it's telling you. Well, we teach you how to read that chart very similar to what a radiologist would do with an X-ray, because everything you need to know is there. Don't confuse things. In fact, you see a lot of books in the library and advertised that are decluttering books.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what we do. We want to declutter this whole market, environment, and just really concentrate on the only thing that's really important, which is what moves price. What moves price, and then how far is it going to go? That's basically your profit. Those are the things you want to concentrate on.
I'm glad you kind of explained it that way, because a lot of people just don't really understand how to look for information or where to look for information. The great thing about Online Trading Academy, the sponsor of the show, they actually have their own platform, and that's where you get that data. That's where you get that story, as what Al is talking about, of information to make your investing decisions. And it's all about making smart investing decisions by understanding and reading that story to find out where the institutions may be moving those markets, and then you got to put the odds in your favor. And I want to talk about some of those odds coming up in the next couple segments. But to learn more about that, you actually teach investing classes at our local academy here. So if you're listening to the show, we have a class near you. We have physical classes to understand how these markets actually move, how they function, supply and demand, and actually what that story might look like. And Online Trading Academy has that core strategy that's designed to teach you to make smarter investing decisions. So I do want to give away some tickets to an investing class locally here, and this is going to be for the first 10 texters. We're going to do a text-in line, so get your phones ready. So the first 10 people to text in right now, you're going to receive 2 tickets for this class, also a quick start kit, and this kit will help you get started right away. So if you're brand new, some of the right directions to get started. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210 for 2 tickets in the quick start kit. Al, coming up next, I do want to talk more about gaining more confidence in the market. You brought up some good terms and good assets, futures, forex, options. I want to talk about how to use those for income strategies in these markets. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. This is Josh and Al, Investing with Confidence. We will be right back.